Hey, what's up, people? Today's gonna be, first of all, kind of a weird day for me on YouTube because I'm gonna put out 3 videos for good reason. Um, this is a response to Hollywood Hogan for You, and he touched on a very serious subject, something that I think about often. All right, and it's this generation that's growing up now. Um, being being a father of four, having raised 4 kids, my oldest is 20 and my youngest is 15. Um, I can see where he's going with it. But Hogan, I wanted to say that when you were talking about the stuff that we had when we were young, yeah, you know what? They didn't. They Back when we were young. Uh, well, back when I was young, we had the SST Evil Knievel. Bzzz, you pull that and it would pop a wheel in and go around. And we had stuff that kept us entertained. Rock'em Sock'em Robots. And I remember the that my father and my mother's generation would constantly say how lazy we were. And yeah, I remember those ass whippings. I really, really remember those ass whippings. And I wasn't too fond of them. I don't know anyone that would be. But let's move on to present day generation. Uh, I used to be a manager. I worked for Papa John's for 7 years. I was an area manager. I was a training manager. I was a general manager, and so I was always hiring. I was going through a high turnover of employees. One thing I noticed about this generation is that they don't understand work ethics the way we do. I shouldn't say all of them, but what I ran into didn't have or don't have a good work ethic. You know, I hate to say, no, I won't say it, but okay. But yeah, they do feel that things are owed to them. Yeah, they they're a bit lazy to say the least. Um, but in their defense, they are much smarter than we ever were. Honestly, they have more information going through those heads of theirs, than we had going through ours at that age. You know, um, there are leaps and bounds as far as technological improvements onto our lives that these kids are that they're growing up with that we didn't grow up with. So yeah, it's only natural that the parents want their kids to grow up better, easier, and do better than them. Um, so yeah, I mean, this is a touchy subject for me for the simple reason that I do have 4 kids out there, and it's weird because I'm talking about my kids. Some of them are good, some of them are not so good. But I guess that's average. One thing that we have to do is maybe just show some patience. I remember when I was managing that, I had a tendency to hire older people because they had a better work ethic. Give me a second, I gotta fix this before it falls. You know, I had to, I felt like hiring old people, and, the way I was taught through my company that I worked for, you know, you couldn't discriminate. Oh my God, there's plenty of times you found yourself discriminating against the younger generation because they didn't want to work. Always came up with an excuse. But damn, how freaking smart they were. Pissed me off. I mean, if I had all that potential, I'd be. Mm. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, and then the part about not being able to. Yeah, there are situations where You should be able to tan your kid's hide, but um, they're gonna say, I'm gonna call the police. And you know what? I know that one well. I know that one all too well. My oldest boy I busted him smoking once. He was 17. No, he was 16. I busted him smoking once. And let me tell you something. I gave my kids the smacking on the ass, but it was with this, and it was counted, and I made sure that I had a breather before I did it, because I didn't want them going through what I went through. See what I mean? And I would have to say my daughter got the least of all spankings. My boys, I would figure I spanked them a number of about 10, 15 times in their lives where they will remember it. I don't know if you think that's excessive, but one time my boy got so scared because I wasn't even going to hit him. Because how hypocritical is it for me to tell someone that, tell him not to smoke when I smoked? But I did put the fear of God into him because I told him, when you get back from school, because I busted him, I woke up and I smelled his breath and he smells like, I looked at him and I said, when you get back, you're going to get the worst ass kicking of your life. And he was scared. Do you know he came back? The police came back. I guess he was scared at school. He didn't want to come back home. And the what do you, somebody from school told the cops because he told the school. So the cops came by and I told them what happened. And the cop totally agreed with me. The cop said, "Yeah, I can understand that, right? But we just have to follow procedure." I said, "No, not a problem." And even the cop said, "Beat the shit out of him when he gets home." I didn't though. I didn't. The thing is, yeah, these kids are a little spoiled when it comes to that, and they do. We do have a tendency to hold back and not want to just give them what they deserve, and that sucks. But you know what? Wait till they have kids. See, because I gave all my kids the curse. Y'all know what the curse is, right? Come on. I gave them the curse. May you have kids that are just like you. So, it's going to work. Peace out, people. Thanks, Hogan. You touched a good subject.